This will be a longer video. Um, Dear God Almighty. So Trump was on his favorite program, Meet the Press, and just laid out what he's going to do for the next 4 years, or the next 60 days. And it was the disaster we thought it would be. First of all, the idea, let's start from the beginning. Tariffs. He admits now that prices will probably go up with tariffs, but because he's Trump and he's the smartest man in the world, he doesn't believe the economists say that Trump is going to affect the economy. He's going to be right, even though it's going to probably raise prices, which he admitted. So, to you MAGA chunks, how'd that work for you, huh? We also know recently that China has stopped importing of soybeans. There's another payoff coming from us. But the worst parts of this was the thing about two things. One, when she asked him if he was going to go after his political enemies because of what his nomination of Kash Patel with his list of enemies of state that he developed in his book, Trump said, no, I won't, but what he does, which is basically saying he is. So I hope Joe Biden is really thinking about those blanket pardons for everyone on that list, because it's going to happen. It doesn't matter who's going to be the FBI director, be it Kash Patel or someone else he drags up from the depths of hell. They will go after his perceived enemies. The other thing was the joking, actually literally saying that he wants to annex Canada and Mexico as states, as new states in the United States. And his reason is because we already subsidize those two countries billions of dollars. We do not subsidize the Canadian economy nor the Mexican economy. We trade with them. We have something called the North American Free Trade Agreement. Remember that? Where we trade goods across the countries. They help us, we help them. But Trump thinks that trading with a country means we subsidize them, that we just give them money and we get nothing back. This is fucking insane. That's insane. But that's what you guys voted for. And to the far left and progressives, you're going to set him loose in the country. This is what you voted for by not voting or doing your protest vote. Happy now? And then the last thing. I'm going to say this straight up because I already said it and some people think I'm being dismissive. I'm not. Trump is a fucking nut and he will do what he wants. But he's saying that he wants to deport legal citizens too, A, because he just wants to separate families, and two, because he wants to get rid of, when you're born in the United States, you become a citizen, which is part of the naturalization process, which is part of the 14th Amendment in the United States Constitution. Trump says he's going to get rid of that. He's going to deport all these people that are not born in the United States or born to immigrant parents, not to American parents. First of all, he can't do it. He can't stroke an executive order and dismiss a constitutional amendment. It doesn't fucking work like this. And two, you really going to remove that many people from the United States because Stephen Miller thinks that America only can be white, that the true Americans are white. Motherfucker, the true Americans are Native Americans. Haven't checked that? Are you going to go in there and remove them because they're not true Americans in your eyes? Again, he can't do it. He's going to try, but he can't do it. You cannot remove a constitutional amendment with a stroke of a pen because you're President of the United States. Your executive orders only go so far. He'll try it, but he can't do it. So even because he becomes President of the United States again, before he sat in office, he's already embarrassed us on the national stage, just talking absolutely insanity to the public. Now, the MAGA chucks will believe everything they say. They'll say, yeah, America first. Don't worry about Mr. President. We'll pay more because you love us. That includes giving up your Social Security, your Medicare, all that. This message is the last part of this video is to the progressives and the far left assholes. This is what you wrought. You are smart enough to know what he was going to do. But you want to do a protest vote to prove you're right. I haven't figured out what you proved you're right about. And you keep blaming the Democrats for everything's about to happen. I'm going to say this like I said to Mike on the podcast. Simple as this. We blame Trump. Everything is Trump's fault. Everything is the Republicans' fault. Do not fucking change that narrative. And you better join us. Because let me tell you one thing. You're on this hit list too. You far left fucks. So get with the program or get out of the way. But we better say this narrative now is blame Trump for everything. Because what you heard in that interview was dystopia, America to the extreme. God help us all.